am I the only one that didn't know that apparently Latinos were like begging black people for support and help now that Donald Trump is trying to deport? I did not know this. I did not know this. I just learned in the comment section, man, in one of my videos, man. They said, yo, they was just asking us for help. Now they're blaming us for having DM men in their community. Like, what's going on over here? I was asking for help, man. So y'all know how to go down that rabbit hole. And apparently there's a whole bunch of Latinos, man, talking about black people. We need to unite. We need to come together. Trump is trying to get us out of here. It's us. Who the fuck is us? We legal. We ain't going nowhere. The worst thing we're gonna hear is somebody say go back to Africa, and we haven't heard that since the 90s. Listen, I can make fun of the situation, right? Because I don't got papers, right? The broski's an undocumented immigrant, but I've been dodging ICE since 1998 when we used to call it La Migra. And I'm out here in New York City, so I'm protected. Like the other day, they were closing in on me, right? They was about to arrest me, man. And 5 batshit crazy liberals, man, stopped walking their dogs and drinking their Starbucks, man. And they jumped at the ICE agents and said, "The broski, run, broski, run!" And man, I took off running, bro. I've been running ever since, bro. They did not catch me, man. So I could talk confidently out here in New York City because I know these liberals ain't gonna allow these ICE agents to arrest me. I'm like, that's our fucking immigrant. He ain't going nowhere. But he shot 2 cops. We don't give a fuck, man. Those were his cops to shoot.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, you know, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, you know, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought like, you know, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, you know, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, you know, I've never felt that and stuff like that, you know, I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly to go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? You know, it's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the black community meant, you know? And I kind of feel bad. Well, I don't kind of feel. I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, you know, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, you know, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from. Well, at least I can, you know. And so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
Okay, y'all. So I just watched 2 different videos of Hispanic women crying. And baby, we're gonna unpack this because I judge. If you are new here, it's your girl Maya Lamisha, favorite cousin on your mama's side, the opinionated stay-at-home mama. Okay, and like I said, I watched 2 different videos of Hispanic women crying. Okay, the first woman, she was crying saying that she regret voting for Trump. She believed everything he said that he was gonna do and blah 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 blah. I don't know if she watched the same things that I watched, but he already said it was gonna be a mass deportation. I don't understand why they acting all confuzzled like that's not what that man said before he got elected. I heard him say it. I know y'all heard him say it. That's why we said we was gonna mind our 92% because we heard him say what he was gonna do once he got in office, and now he doing what he said he was gonna do, and now everybody acting confuzzled. I'm confused by your confusion, ma'am. Now the other lady, she is asking for the support of the African American people because she said back in the day when slavery was happening that some of us ran to Mexico and they gave us shelter, and you never know the way everything going on in the future, we may need Mexico again, is what she said. So she don't understand how we not jumping in to help save them. And for my recollection, Black people been considered the bottom of the totem pole for the longest. Even Hispanic people didn't like us that well. It was a whole debacle between being Hispanic and Afro Latina because they felt like Afro Latinas was the bottom of the totem pole. But now you want help from us after we told y'all not to vote for him. We've been asking for decades for people to stand with us and march with us for our rights and Black Lives Matter, and y'all just kept saying all lives matter. But now that it's convenient for y'all want us to say Hispanic lives matters when y'all wouldn't even agree with us that Black lives matter. Again, I'm confused on the confusion about what y'all wanted us to do, because we told y'all we was down to ride and everything, but then when y'all voted for him, when we seen the percentage of how many Hispanic people actually voted for him, we told y'all don't ask us for no help later on. We said this to y'all, but yet now and still y'all want some help from us. We told y'all we was minding our business. I'm confuzzled with you, okay? Now, I'm not saying what he doing is right. I'm not saying that we agree with what he doing. What we saying is we told y'all. So if y'all want any help from us and advice from us, we just gonna tell y'all carry around y'all paperwork, because there's nothing we can do to help y'all, because we told y'all, he told y'all, they told y'all, they all said they was gonna do, and now everybody confused. I'm confused at the confusion. Okay, just carry your paperwork. That's all.
The Latino Americans, they want partnership with the Black Americans of America. They want support from the Black community. Unfortunately, the Black Americans are saying, we are sitting this one out. We told you, but you did not listen, and now here is karma. So let's watch this video, and then we're going to discuss much more at the end. But one thing is for sure, who is to be blamed? Because most of the Latinos, they usually look down on Black Americans. They usually look down on the Black Americans and the Black community. They always like to isolate themselves, forgetting the fact one thing: the freedom, the civil liberty that they're enjoying is as a result of the Black Americans when they fought for civil liberty, for equal rights during the civil rights movement. And now here they are saying they want Black Americans to support them, to help them during this time when they're being mass deported back to the original home country. So who is to be blamed? That's the question I'm going to ask you, and kindly stays to you. Let's talk about this at the end. Please subscribe to my channel.
You know what's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest, everybody was popping out. Every celebrity, YG, the Ball brothers, everybody was popping out. Where's that now? Where are the celebrities now? Where are they protesting now? Where are the teams now? Why is nobody speaking up? Even Kendrick Lamar made a song. Lil Baby made a song. But where's everybody now?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Where's J-Lo? Where's Bad Bunny? Where's Maluma? Where's Shakira? Talk to your own people, because J-Lo was just up on the pulpit at the inauguration doing this.
Justicia para todos. Let's get loud.
No matter what happens in this country, everyone under that POC umbrella always finds a way to put the focus back on Black people. Obviously, we understand what's going on right now with the ICE raids that are going on in America and Los Angeles, to be specific. But there have been a lot of Latino people coming online asking about Black celebrities and Black people showing up and comparing this event to BLM. Now, don't get me wrong. We were home during the pandemic. People had no jobs. People weren't in the office. And yes, Black people, Black celebrities, Black businessmen showed up for Black people. Corporations and teams that had Black people on them showed up for their Black constituents and their Black workers. As it currently stands as demographic, there are more Latinos in America than there are Black people. And half of that population voted for what's going on right now. Speak to your own population. Stand up for yourself with each other. Talk internally about how you're so disjointed between the Central and South Americans and the Caribbean people in the East Coast. Talk to each other. Why are you looking for Black people to put you guys on a pedestal and go fight for you when this is also your fight, primarily your fight? Black Lives Matter was our fight, but we speak up for ourselves. We also speak up for everyone, and we did it the most with our vote. And even though Black people are saying this is not our fight, we're sitting this out, we're doing all these things like resting, there are several ways Black people are showing up: by not supporting Starbucks, by not supporting Target, by not supporting any company that put out DNI, by boycotting, by using our voice like I do. There's so many ways that Black people still will always show up for ourselves in this country. And when we show up for ourselves, guess who benefits? Everyone else. Reach out to your fellow Asians. Reach out to your Middle Eastern Arab people. Reach out to the large Russian population that's in LA. The Armenians, the Persians. There's so many immigrant groups that live in this city, but you want to single out black people. Can't win them all. Ciao.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest Maga Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
So today on here, I saw something that really bothered me. A Latino woman basically was asking why the black community isn't there for the Latino community like they were there for us during BLM. Oh boy, y'all might want to buckle up for this one because this is about to be a CM Punk type rant. And in the theme of this Phil Brooks type rant, let me go and say the words that he once said to the universe. Do we have everybody's attention now? Now then, I say that because I find it funny that it takes us stepping back as a community entirely for people to recognize what's going on. Now, notice I said it was funny. I did not say I was shocked. Because this is what always happens. You see, somehow we are always blamed for things, despite the fact that a lot of times it's not our fault. And this one definitely is not our fault. Did you see those voting numbers? We didn't put that piece of shit in office. You did it. But you say you helped us during BLM and that's why we should help you? I don't remember that. Because you see, what I remember is that it took a black man losing his life at a point where the world had no choice but to watch for you to recognize that we go through shit. But you have the gall to sit there and blame us when the only thing that we did was try to prevent this from happening. Hey, I actually have a crazy idea. How about instead of blaming my community, you do what everybody tells us to do and check your own? Because they were the ones with the superiority complexes that made them think that they were better than people that look just like them. And excuse me, but why do we always have to be the ones that have grace for people? Because from where I'm sitting, a lot of people don't show us that same grace when things happen with us. Because the thing is, we read the 900-page document. We researched. We looked into things. I'm not sure we could say the same about you. Now then, I know it's not everybody. So right now, we need as much solidarity as possible. Period. Now then, if you want to sit there and point fingers, cool, whatever. But us, we got a world to save. So what you do from this point is up to you.
Latinos of all backgrounds, do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' lockup are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
Comunidad que nos va a sacar de este hueco se llaman los negros
100%.
americanos.
100%.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out, because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it. But I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans.
It's true.
Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimized themselves, that all of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black.
Latinos have never needed Black Americans to force their racial biases on us. We have our own. We have been anti-Black all by ourselves. Latinos have been colorists all by themselves. Latinos have been racist all by themselves, way before they come to America, way before they ever have contact with Black Americans. You know what the difference is? Normalized forms of racism, colorism, and anti-Blackness. What's normal amongst people in our culture, what's hush-hush, what's swept under the rug or not dealt with or just accepted, doesn't fly with Black Americans. And you just don't like the fact that a Black American will call you out on it. Because it's not normal. And it shouldn't be accepted. And it shouldn't be okay. So when you have people in your own community letting you know that they've been hurt or traumatized or discriminated by people in our own community, family members even, you need to listen. You need to listen instead of deflecting. Because this comment right here is a total and complete cop-out. It's straight up deflection. And it is a bold-faced lie. Our racial biases, they start back home. They start in our own countries, in our own islands. We just bring it here with us. You just don't like the boldness of how Black Americans deal with racism. Normalized anti-Blackness is not a value. Normalized colorism is not a value. Sweeping things under the rug and not talking about them, that's not a cultural value. It's not. yet it's something that you seek to covet and put above Black Americans. You need to stop pitting Latinos against Black Americans and recognize that the root cause of all of the issues we have across all of our communities is white supremacy. Recognize how white supremacy is operated in your own life and how it has afforded you white privilege as a white presenting Latino and given you a life experience that more Black presenting Latinos cannot identify with. And stop propagating the lie and the myth that we don't care about race and there's no racism amongst us. Because if that were the case, we would not be having this discussion.
It's always the blacks. Black activities. Dude, they're all black. Typical suspects. Those looters were not Mexican and were not a part of the march against ICE. You can tell from two things. Yup, I see white and Black people taking advantage of the chaos happening. These are comments that I'm seeing under videos of people looting stores in the Los Angeles area. What I don't understand is how talking negatively about Black people is going to help the cause that these people are marching for. If you're marching to stop ICE from inhumanely ripping apart families, how is talking negatively about Black people going to help the cause? It's not. And there's enough videos of non-Black people destroying property and looting. So, like, talk to your family members. Talk to your family members and stop commenting this under these videos. Y'all have to change your mentality. This looks real weird. You know how weird this looks?
That two men are being charged for possession of an unregistered destructive device for their roles in the violence. Emiliano Galvez and Raki Quijui are accused of attempting to actually throw Molotov cocktails at police.
Saturday. Tell us about this guy and what charges is he now facing?
No, that's right. This is a Mexican national who is in our country illegally. He's being charged with attempted murder, throwing Molotov cocktails at our law enforcement officers, at our ICE enforcement officers. But this is not his first run-in with the law. Just last year, he was charged with a DUI as well as grand larceny. This is the perfect example of people who should not be in this country.
Let's just say the Blacks get a felony looting conviction. That's up to $10,000 and up to a 3-year sentence in prison. For attempted murder, mandatory minimum 15-year sentence before they even consider parole. I know those comments don't represent everybody, but to say the Blacks are destroying a peaceful protest when you see what's going on is like to blame it on the Blacks. Like anybody commenting that, y'all have to talk to your family members. This is out of control.
Oh, you can't just blame Latino voters. Like, yes, the fuck I can. And I say that with my immigrant-ass passport, okay? Yes, you can blame the campaign. Yes, you can blame the party. But at the end of the day, there's this little thing called personal accountability. In 2016, I was a little bit more lenient because, okay, people just don't know. They don't understand the consequences. But we lived through that presidency. What I'm hearing now, even from immigrants, undocumented immigrants, because yes, if you have TPS, if you had DACA, you're still undocumented under federal law. Oh, it wasn't that bad under Trump. Oh, Trump's not gonna do anything. Oh, he didn't do anything last time. Oh, yes, he didn't. He tried. The only thing that stopped him was a full resistance movement that filed lawsuits for every single one of his executive orders. What really gets me is that a lot of people who have undocumented family or themselves are undocumented will ultimately need the help of other people who told y'all, don't let this man back in office. Relying on people like myself who have been doing immigration advocacy for years, it generally makes me not want to do this shit anymore. Like next year, a lot of us are going to be helping people that couldn't even help themselves by voting for their best interest. You know where gas really going to be cheap? In fucking Mexico. Yeah, it is.
To the Latinos that voted for him, you will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist ass regime. When that lady put in her post, alligators' lives matter, and she mentioned a number, that number being 65 million. Do you know how many Latinos are in the United States? Approximately 65 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Approximately 60 plus million people. So guess what? They weren't just talking about the illegal immigrants, because data actually says that there are 10 to about 12 illegal, undocumented folks in the United States. They're talking about you. They're talking about people like us, because we are not exempt from the racism that is rooted in what these people believe in, and frankly, the foundation of this country that was built on the stealing of land from indigenous people by immigrants that came here from Europe. But when you think that you are better than an immigrant because your family came here the right way, remember that this land was actually stolen from day one. So when you think that you are better because you're second generation or third generation because you've been an American for a longer amount of time, I hope that you never have to experience a time where you have to flee a country for your own safety or that of your family. So when you think that you are somehow not going to be affected by any of this, when you think that you don't have to care, what happens if you are next? What happens if it's someone that you personally know? And I know already because we've seen it. We've seen the clips of people that supported him, diehard supporters that are now crying on the news because their family members are getting deported and they thought that they would never be impacted. You see, in this country, so many people lack empathy. They are unwilling or somehow unable to think beyond themselves, and then we run into these situations. Wake up. The proximity to whiteness isn't serving you and it's not serving the community. You have to recognize what is happening because ultimately they're not just going after criminals. And all of this is connected to so many things that impact our community and frankly are holding us back, like anti-blackness and colorism and internalized racism. And if you think that these are woke words, look them up and you will realize what exists, what has existed in our community for a very long time. And I say all of this because there are so many people that have fallen to the false prophets of the world, and I need us as a community to come together and wake up. So if you're wanting more of this type of content, follow for more because we need to have this conversation.
The Latino communities for the longest time, they've always looked down on Black Americans and the Black community. They have always isolated themselves and they always look at themselves like, you know, we are white. Yes, because when you look at the Latino, when you look at the Mexican, you always look at them, yes, they have pale skin, they have long hair just like a white person, and they have that white proximity, and they always feel like they are part and parcel of white community, of white people. They always want to associate themselves with the white people. They always want to be in the white spaces, and they always want to shun down, stay away from the Black people. So yes, during the election time, they were told for the longest time by the Black people, you know what, this is what's gonna happen if you vote for this person, so kindly vote for the lady, vote for the Black lady. But what did the Latino community do? What did the Latino or the Mexican and the Cubans do? Well, they voted for the Maga people. Yes, they voted for the Maga people. And what happened? Well, karma is coming home for them. We are literally seeing mass deportation left, right, and center, and the Latino community asking for the Black support so that they can do mass demonstration and get help so that this thing can stop. They know for a fact that if the Black people do go on the streets, people will listen. They do know if the Black Americans go on the street and they do mass demonstration, somehow some of this mass deportation is gonna stop. Forgetting the fact that, you know, Black Americans, they are part and parcel of American community. Forgetting that Black Americans, they are descendants of slavery, and they are recognized by the Constitution of America, and they are protected by the Constitution of America. So Black Americans, they're not going anywhere. They are part and parcel of Americans, so they are citizens of America. So the Latino community right now, they're asking for Black Americans to shield them, to protect them against this mass deportation. Unfortunately, the Black Americans are saying, you know what, we are sitting this one out because for the longest time, you Latino community, you the Cuban community, you the Mexican community have always shunned and isolate yourself from us. You always look down on us. Yes, the freedom that you enjoy in America is as a result of the black sweat, blood, tears that were shed during the civil freedom movement at that time. So yes, this one, they're saying, we are sitting this one out, forgive us, but we are doing this. We are not moving. We are not doing any mass demonstration. You started this, clear this mess, and yes, you're going to feel it. You're going to face the karma so that the next time when you're told, do the right thing, vote for somebody who has your best interest at heart, you know who you're voting for, so that you do the right thing. You forget that you are not white. Forgetting that, you know what? Just because you look pale doesn't mean the white people are going to accept you. This is literally Black Americans saying, We are teaching you a lesson. Unfortunately, some Latino have accepted, they've owned up and say, yes, we did this mess, so we need to clean up this mess. And majority of the Latinos, some of them are saying, you know what, it's okay, we voted for this. And yes, some people say we made a mistake, some people say we did not make any mistake. And yes, some Latino forgot the fact that some of them have papers and majority of their family members, some of them don't have papers. And who is to be blamed? That's the question. And Latinos right now, they are literally saying it's back and forth. They are literally blaming each other for this chaos that's happening in their community. They are not taking accountability as a result of that. So will they learn from this lesson? Who knows? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Black Americans are saying one thing. We are sitting this one out. We are not doing any mass demonstration. We are not shielding anybody. You created this mess and you have to clean it yourself. This is what they call FAFO. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear from you guys. What are your comments? Kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. And please subscribe to my channel.